Hello everyone and welcome to another historic video. So today we're going to be looking at Grixis Shadow. And although we didn't really get any new cards from Kamigawa set, one of my viewers suggested that I should try the Grixis Shadow out since the historic format actually has most of the cards from Grixis Shadow in Modern. So that's what we're going to be trying today. So let's get started. So first of all, we don't have some cards available to us to make this Death Shadow work to the full potential, so we're going to be talking about some of the cards we can play as a replacement in this video, and of course the shortcomings of it as well. So for those that are new to Death Shadow, this is the card in question. This is 1 mana 13/13. Death Shadow gets -X/-X, where X is your life total. So once you have life total of 12, now get the privilege of playing Death Shadow as a 1/1 creature. Eventually and gradually, it'll constantly grow as your life total becomes lower and lower. So of course, we're going to be playing 12 copies of Shocklands. That is a given in a Grixis color. And at the same time, we're going to be playing 4 copies of Thoughtseize as well, since it damages us for 2 damage every time we cast it. And now here comes the fun part. So as I have mentioned earlier, we don't have full access to all the cards in Modern's Death Shadow deck, and one of the crucial component of that list are the fetch lands. So what you can do, on turn 1, you can play a fetch land, you pay 1 life, search your library for island or swamp cards. So in this case, we're gonna grab, let's say, Watery Grave, because Watery Grave is an island or a swamp. You shock it in for 2 damage, and then you play Thoughtseize on your opponent, and now you've dealt 5 damage to your life total on turn 1. So that's something that you can do in Modern. But of course, we can't really do that here. So instead, we're going to be playing these deserts that deal 1 damage to us every time we tap for color source as a replacement for fetch lands. Although it's not going to be as powerful, but it is all that's available to us. So another problem with this deck is the mana base. If you look at this list, we are playing Grixis, but the problem with historic mana base is that we don't have access to blue-black fast lands or red and black fast lands. That is actually a big problem with this list. For example, normally I would not play Spire Bluff Canal, and instead I would play something like Rakdos Color, black and red fastlands, but for some reason Historic still doesn't have those fastlands yet, so I had to choose to play Spire Bluff Canal instead. So I would say that is another downfall with this deck. Therefore, our mana base is going to be that much worse since we don't have enough dual colors. We're not going to be able to consistently cast our cards on curve. And another difference in compared to the Modern list is the 1-drop. Instead of a Ragavan, which is an incredible card in Modern, I decided to play 4 copies of Delver of Secrets. Obviously, Ragavan is a much stronger card, but I think this is the only 1-drop in the Grixis color that has a very high ceiling in terms of power level, other than Dragon Rage Channeler and Death Shadow. Aside from that, everything else is the same. It is pretty much a Modern Death Shadow carbon copy outside of that. So if everything does pan out accordingly, especially the mana base, if we don't get stuck on mana base, I think this deck has a good potential. But anyways, as always, if you guys liked the video so far, leave a like and a comment below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I really appreciate if you did. I'll be jumping over to some ranked games to test out how this mana base feels. So if you guys are curious to see how the deck performs, stay tuned. Otherwise, I'll see you guys all later. Bye-bye. Alright, is this a hand I should keep? You put this as a red source on turn 2. I don't... Okay. For starters, I don't think this is the greatest hand because I don't have a turn 2 because this is going to come in tapped. But if we draw something that we can play next turn, or if Delver flips here, which it did. What an amazing card. We do have to play this as a red source. Another land doesn't seem too bad with this hand, to be honest, to be fair. We have 3 expressive iteration in case we miss land. I think this is a pretty fine keep. Ooh, it's an elf deck. Definitely rid of that. So, expressive iteration. That's actually perfect. So we put this to my hand. Put this to the library. We put this to the exile. So we shock this in. Play the Dry Rain Channeler. Okay, well, the mana base is kind of working. To my surprise. This is a hand that I'm not sure if I should keep. Because this is gonna come with Dragon Rage Channeler on turn 1. Turn 2, Forsaken Crossroad, call black. Try to find blue source with Thoughtseize. Surveilling with Dragon Rage Channeler. Okay, well, this is the thing. So this is what I was afraid of, right? Because compared to Modern, where they have fetch lands, this doesn't even come close to it, right? This doesn't even come close to it. Now, not flexible. Okay, so we call black. We Thoughtseize there. Oh, what a card. Shock. Thoughtseize. We go to 15. Don't think we need another land. There we go. Okay. Hopefully the opponent doesn't top deck another Grease Fang off the top. That would be ridiculous. I would refuse to believe so. Yeah, and then we call this black, right? Or do I call it blue? Hold up. If I want to play Delver of Secrets next turn... Wait, is this online? No, 13 minus 14. Okay, so it's not online yet. Okay, they have literally nothing in their hand. The chance of them playing. I think I need to call this black. I'm gonna scry. Oh, Pierce? Nope. So obviously I could have held on to Drown in the Lock and then maybe try to like counter their Grease Fang, but I do need to put on some aggression. And hopefully I find... Wait, what am I doing? Why did I just put this bottom? I mean, Delver could have flipped, but at the same time... I don't know. Okay. I forgot we were playing Delver. And that's actually a cool combo, actually. Forsaken Crossroads plus Delver. That is a cool combo. Decline. Okay, now Drown in the Lock is online. We let that resolve. And before the trigger goes off, do this. We don't need Croxa. We need another black source. Okay. I think we got this. Reveal? I don't know why I did, but I did. There's a Death Shadow. Attack, attack. Now they don't have Greasefang in the graveyard anymore, so that's great as well. Hopefully we can finish the game before we have to use another Drawn in the Lock. And before they pass, I actually need to tap this. Hooligan's Command. Deal 2 damage to any target. Discard a card. They couldn't get back Greasefang because there is none, because it was exiled. Or you can hit me for 1 damage. Decline. So I don't know about Delver of Secrets, but everything else is pretty good. Everything else is pretty good. Like this hand a lot. So since we don't have any Delvers in my hand, I mean, the shadows in my hand, there's no need to shock ourselves. Okay, never mind. This is actually perfect. Yikes. This is not perfect. We have to go very, very fast. And double Mythic's Mastery is unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. Okay. I think we need to have a change of plan. So, because they have double Mythic's Mastery, thought seizing of double Mythic's Mastery doesn't really make sense. Let's take out their turn 2 plan. And then let's just aggro in. Let's just aggro in. And then we Inquisition their Prismari command next turn. So they don't even have any single discard spells. Hopefully this flips. That's how we're gonna win. Nope. Unfortunate. We need our black source. It's a lot of lands. No. That's unfortunate. I think we actually would have been okay if this Delver flipped on turn 1. But kinda got flooded this game. Unfortunate. Yeah, definitely a big flood. Definitely a big flood. For a 20 land deck. Even when scrying as well. But that is the name of the game. Magic the RNG. Okay, they found their... Okay, hindsight, if we did bank on... I don't know. If we have Thoughtseize the Mythic's Master early instead of these two, they wouldn't have been able to get through their deck faster. So they wouldn't have been able to find their 4th land. Although they did find their lands. Not much you can do here. Although... You know... Scholar into Unburial into Terror. So that's all they can... That's what they can do. I don't know. Can I win from this position? Can I win from this position? They can technically Unburial Rights into Prismari Command. Probably deal 2 and then draw 2. So I guess... What I need now is probably another... Oh, never mind. They... No, actually... Okay, another land is definitely not gonna do it. Attack, attack. Play Loris, play Croxa. They're probably just going to discard the land. So we're dead. Okay. No blue source. Can play Croxa. That doesn't mean anything. Mulligan. Truth be told, I don't like this hand. Let's see. 2, 6, 7. 2, 6, 7. But I can't obviously I can't keep all this. Spell Pierce. Nope. Okay. Thoughtseize probably getting out Death Shadow as soon as possible will probably be the key to winning this game. Relic Robber. Although stalling is also an option. Stalling is also an option. Embercleave? Well, I'm gonna take out Annex. That thing scales. Relic Robber. I do kind of like the fact that it can potentially enable Death Shadow there, but I think it's a bit risky still. So I'm leaving the Drown in the Lock here. If I go to 9, this would be a 4/4. That's instant speed. So I'm gonna let myself get attacked for 1 more additional damage. So it did pump, but we wanted that. So this goes to 9. So this is gonna be a 4/4 now. This is black? Okay. Perfect. Thoughtseize to my hand. Steam Vent, Watery Grave. This is gonna hurt. Okay, well, we got a Death Shadow up, but we are in fact 5 life total, so kind of scared. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would die if Pauper of the Rich. Will they attack? I don't like my spot because Death Shadow is the only creature I drew, so Loris really doesn't have any value right now. Unforge. And especially against the... on a red, threatening me down for lethal damage. I go to 1 if they attack with everything here. Okay, so that's something I can do next turn. Oh, Fatal Push is actually very, very nice. So I attack. They attack with these two. Then I Fatal Push the Faceless Haven. I'm gonna attack here because I can threaten lethal next turn. And I am going to play... Does playing Loris make sense? It's just going to die. Yeah. I don't think it makes sense. Okay. Why doesn't this sacrifice a desert? Put 2 counters on target creature. Activate as a sorcery only. I'm actually very surprised why they didn't activate the Faceless Haven and go for lethal there. Interesting choice. That's very nice. We'll kill this Fervent Champion. Attack with the Death Shadow. Play another Death Shadow. I think we got this. Hopefully nothing too crazy happens. I think we should have this. This is probably Bone Crusher Giant, right? Good game. Good game. That shadow definitely requires some thinking, man.